Hello everyone, welcome to Lush and Salty Aquariums. My name is Stefan. Thank you for coming to the channel. So we're back at the 12-gallon bookshelf aquarium, which not too long ago I was questioning you all and myself as I was filming. I need to do a trim. It was so overrun with plants, which is my motif, organized chaos, but enough is enough. Everybody eventually needs a haircut. And I want to show you what I did to this tank. You know, I can't do a side-by-side. I won't, attempt to try and do that sort of a deconstruction. I'm just going to tell you and show you. I removed 3 monster pothos leaves that were growing from that huge tuber stem and hanging over the tank, which was cool looking, but it literally blocked so much light from the center of the tank, where it's not really doing good for me to have a ton of shade. That's where I'd like to be viewing my aquarium fish, which you can now see pretty readily. Look at how vivid that clown killifish is. That's pretty much my dominant male, by the way. And then there's the wild pencilfish, margarentus, something along those lines. I have a few of those as well. And of course, the ubiquitous chili rasbora and neocaridina shrimp, giant mystery snail, Otocinclus, pygmy coreodoras. All those wonderful creatures are in this relatively small bookshelf aquarium. But when you scape it like I do with plants growing in and out, I don't know, and especially with the long aquariums, it just seems so much bigger. Fish tend to appreciate horizontal versus vertical in terms of, mimicking their environments, at least the way we can do it using glass boxes. Some fish, that's not true. Angelfish prefer a very tall tank because of their huge top to bottom finnage. But in general, and especially with nano tanks, long aquariums are really, really a good way to go. So I took those 3 monster leaves out, and the stem that's left is pretty badass. I mean, it's kind of cool too. It has a really funky, organic look to it. And now I can see, some of the things that were being clouded by the shade, like this beautiful rotala, I believe it is, growing from inside there somewhere, from inside the emerged red root floaters. If you can believe it, those are red root floaters. That's what they look like when they came out of my aquarium, which they weren't being all that red, and they did that, which is a great trade-off. And I stuck some stems of that rotala just into the bunch, and they're all doing well, but this one is snaking along the sticks and woodwork that I have balancing on the back of the tank, and basically just sitting up on the base of the what's supporting this aquarium. And the more plants engage with what you're doing as simple rudimentary structures in back of a tank, the more natural and organic it looks. So I'm really digging that. And this is the signature piece, although it's getting a run for its money now over here. But this, oh my gosh, with not just the pothos and the more of that rotala, but that moss has been on this aquarium for going on 2 years, ever since I set it up, 1.5 years ago maybe. And it's just thick and dense, and it's wonderful. I love it. And I missed it occasionally. I missed all my emerged plants twice a week. But it's also drawing moisture from the surface area as well, and to some extent it doesn't need to be completely wet all the time. I love doing that, getting moss to grow outside of the aquarium, and you don't need to do a paludarium in order to achieve that wonderful effect in this hobby. And of course, the pretty much just some generic plantings. These are at Home Depot for like $5.99, different philodendrons and pothos. I always tell people, next time you're at someone's house, ask them if you can just take a snipping from their pothos or one of their house plants and bring it home. and give it a go in your own aquarium. I mean, you can do it like me and just stick it into an area where it'll be supported by other growth or wood, or you can, you know, research another method that suits you. In addition, I took out all the stick stem plants that were in the back. They were doing okay up by the light, further compromised when those leaves were in the way, but it was never bodacious growth from the Lemonphilia sessiflora, the Rotala, the Bacopa. I never got anything to come out of the water or look robust in the water. So I pulled it all out and I put some pogo stem and halferi that I got at the Greenwater Swap. There's a few cuttings of that. It won't get too tall, but it is robust and hardy, and it adds just a nice little bit of texture. And when I don't have any leaves in this tank that resemble that sort of rippled, not romaine lettuce, but you know, what's that? There's something that we eat that this reminds me of, a lettuce in the lettuce family. In any event, it will get taller. It won't be a stem plant. It's a poor man's Bucephalandra in that it likes medium light, can tolerate a bunch of conditions, it grows fast, and is resistant to, you know, rotting and decay and algae that goes with those sorts of things. So I put that in there, made the clearing a true clearing, sort of a stage. You see that on a lot of the aquascapes. If you watch some of the contest footage from the various shows that are now popular in this hobby, a lot of people way more talented than me create aquascapes where there's a center territory and you can navigate through towards the back, and often they'll put a light source in the back so it look like a sunset or a sunrise. And so again, I'll use the phrase, this is a poor man's version of that. Poor man's version of Bucephalandra, poor man's version of a fancy aquascape. Organized chaos here at Lush and Salty Aquariums. If you guys want to comment or ask any questions about this aquarium, please do. I promise to answer with more than just a thumbs up emoji. I really appreciate your support. As always, folks, keep your hands in the tank, and ciao for now.